Okay, y'all, so this was my FTMO challenge that I passed. As you see, I got to 110,000 to pass phase one, and I'm only covering this number part because I'm just like OCD like that. I don't want some shit to happen where my account's like taking over or some shit because I showed the number that was right there or something. But as you see, phase one passed December 12th. Okay, then if we step over here, we have the verification, 105,000 reached right there, finished December 24th.
Hey y'all, it's your boy Matt here, and today I'm going to tell you the 6 things you need to do to pass your 100K challenge. Let's get into it right now. Number 1, the first thing you want to do is you want to block out noise from social media. Everybody knows that trading, it's a mind game. It really is. Like, I know hundreds and thousands of traders say it, but trading and your psychology, it really matters. So what I mean by blocking out things on social media, I mean, you might have to unfollow your favorite trader who's making $10,000 here, $10,000 there, $50,000, $100,000. You may have to unfollow these people who are constantly showing you Ferraris, Lambos, all of that, because it can really mess with your mental. Or not even that, they're probably showing you chart work and stuff, and you're like, man, I don't have that analysis, the same analysis. You need to block that out. Unfollow them. Just unfollow them while you're doing your challenge. I did the same thing. I unfollowed my favorite traders that I've even learned from. I unfollow them because I don't want to see the Ferraris. I don't at that state of mind. That's not where I need to. My mindset needs to be. I just needed to zone in on the challenge. So sometimes you have to block out things on social media, short term, just so that you can be focused. Number 2, obviously, have a proven strategy. So whatever your strategy looks like to you, you could have a 30% win rate, but your risk to rewards are like 1 to 4, 1 to 2s, you know, and having a 30% win rate would still get you that, you know, so you could still be profitable. But you have to do that back testing by yourself. You have to find out what strategy works for you. For me, my strategy on these challenges, I think my win rate was around, I'm gonna say like 40-50%, but I was still catching like 1 to 3s, 1 to 6. One time I had a 1 to 6 RR, like, and that was only me trying to catch. As you guys know, I trade on the lower time frame, the second time frame, all of that, and that's how I get my big RR. So, but yeah, with your strategy, I haven't really put my strategy too much out there yet, but one day I will. But once I do, stay tuned for it. But you know, just have a proven strategy that works, you know, and keep doing the same thing. When you see your setup, don't be like, oh, I'm scared to get in. You have to get in. If you don't place your trade, you will never build that consistency. So have a proven strategy that works, that you know works when you're doing your challenge. Number 3, this is a big one. When you start your challenge, why would you want to start a challenge, let's say November 28th, when it's the end of the month? Why not wait for the beginning of next month to start, December 1st or whatever? Even though NFP is, you know, going to be somewhere around there, or you can even trade after the NFP, but you always want to start at the beginning of the month on a challenge. That's the best time, because why would you want to start in the middle of the month? It had already kind of made its moves in the direction it wants to go by that time, and so you're just, depending on how you trade, not saying it's not possible, but it's like you want to trade at the beginning of the month, in my opinion. Some people say, hey, that don't matter. I don't this is what I did, so take it with a grain of salt or this or whatever, you know. But that's what I did, is I waited to trade at the beginning of the month. But yeah, do that. Number 4, we got to talk about risk management when you're taking your 100K challenge. Any challenge really, risk management, but this is going to be specifically for the 100K challenge. So what I did is I recommend risking 300 to 500 per trade when you start out. You don't want to risk 2% and then lose that trade and then find yourself down on your first trade 2%. Why would you want to do that? Even 1%. Why would you want to put yourself at that risk? Like, you got to remember, like, in this game, you're trying to stay afloat. So you want to give yourself the most chances to pass the challenge, because you can only be in drawdown like 5,000 in a day, but you can only lose $10,000 on the account. So you want to be able to give yourself more room to fluctuate. But after you risk 300 to 500 per trade and you're up about 3 to 5%, that's when you want to start risking more. It's when you have that buffer. Because like, let's say you're up 3%. Okay, now you're up 3%. You could risk, instead of 300, 500, you may risk max like 1% of that, or 750, you know, whatever you're comfortable with, but risk that buffer. But yeah, risk that buffer. 5, have a set time to trade. And that also goes along with your session that you're trading. You don't want to be trading Asian session, and then London session, and then New York session. And then also the times you're trading. Are you trading 8 to 9? Or are you trading 8 to 10 p.m. or 10 a.m.? Like if you're New York, let's say you're trading the first 2 hours in New York. That's the things you want to know. But this also goes with your strategy. So only you know the best times to trade for yourself. But you always want to have, you don't want to have random times, because I lose a lot in Asian session. Like when I started my journey, I know Asian session is not for me. Maybe even London session is not for me, but I still trade it because I'm iffy. It's like, but like New York is my main session that I trade. So always have a set time to trade. Number 6, don't be too anxious. Don't be too anxious to pass. Take it slow. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Because you got to remember, let's say if you get up 5% on your account, FTMO gives you an additional 14 days if you're up 5%, 3 days before it expires, before whatever that 30 days you originally had is up. So if you're up 5%, they're gonna give you more time. So you just want to be, don't be anxious. Just relax, be calm. The market's gonna be there. There's gonna be moves, and when you see those right moves, take advantage of them. If you're a person who scales in on those trades and take advantage of maximizing the profit. I don't scale in. I'm a one positional trader. Even scalping, I'm a scalper. When I do 10 pips, I got one position open and one position only, and if it hits, it hits. If it doesn't, okay, I only lost on one position. But that's just me. But if you are a person who knows how to scale in and you know that's how you trade, do it. But just don't be, at the end of the day, don't be anxious, because you're just trying to stay afloat in this game. Everybody loses trades, but the ones that are going to be successful are the ones that can remain on top and afloat when things are not going good in the market. So you just want to have your risk management, all of that got to be in play, but just don't be anxious. Don't do big ass lot sizes to try to finish the challenge quicker. It's not going to work. But those are the 6 things that you should do to pass your 100K challenge, and I hope they work for you.